a wife is writing in asking, Father Mike, how can I bring my husband to understand pornography is not normal and how damaging it has been that he has used it? And we have to show our children the Catholic and biblical values of love and purity. So how would you recommend this poor wife, who's experienced this trauma of sexual betrayal of her husband looking at the porn? Like, how do you get across to them that this stuff is not normal?
Yeah, that's a great question, especially, if you've already had the conversation and you've expressed the depth and the degree to which this has been hurtful to yourself. There's one of the things that I just keep coming back to is I think there's a couple attacks that every man experiences and a couple attacks every woman experiences. I'm not going to go into the attack every man experiences, which is, I believe, you're not competent, you're not able, you're not a man as you are right now. I think for when it comes to women, for people to understand that one of the attacks that virtually every woman I've ever met experiences is you are not worth, is a lie that accuses and says you are not worth loving as you are. You're not worth loving as you are. And maybe you better, maybe, you funnier, or maybe you prettier or skinnier, whatever the thing is. But you as you are right now are not worth loving. And one of the things I'll do when I've talked to couples doing in marriage prep, I'll highlight these two lies. The saying to the brides, you realize your groom has this lie that comes into his mind at times and attacks him, that he is not a man, that he is not competent, that he's not able. And the grooms to be able to say, this woman you love more than anyone in this world, she has a lie that runs through her head often. And it says, you are not worth loving as you are. And we talk about it a little bit more. And just to see like the look on the faces of these young men are like, oh my gosh, that's what goes through your head. And a lot of times the young women are like, yeah, not all the time necessarily, but yes, in my weakest moments, that's what hits me. And then to say, okay, guys, so what do you think? So I invite them to consider, like, would you ever want to validate that lie that the woman you love is not worth loving as she is? Like, no, never. I hate the fact that might go through her mind, and say, okay, so you'd want to never say anything that validates that lie. You never want to add to that lie. You never want to actually speak that lie. And yeah, of course, never ever say, so then why she is so hurt when she finds out that you seek out pornography is because what you're saying in that is, my wife is not enough. Yeah. My wife is not essentially worth loving as she is. So I have to go seek these images of other people. And that's one of the, not only is it the betrayal, not only is it all these other things, but that's the heartbreak of so many wives when they find out, wait a second, my husband looks at these other women because I'm not enough. And I just wonder if your husband understood fully that it's just not just like, oh, you think it's gross, or oh, you think it's whatever, dirty, but you're like, no, this actually breaks my heart. Not even just, I believe you're unfaithful to me because you're giving your heart and you're giving your sperm, you're giving whatever to these women on these images. But also you are making it very clear what you think of me, that I am not worth loving as I am. And hopefully that would maybe break through some of the hardness of his heart if he knew that.
No, it's a beautiful answer, because when a man dismisses the seriousness of a porn addiction, it's so invalidating to the woman of just like, oh, you're just a prude, you're just uptight, I'm not actually doing it, it's totally normal. But like, it's not, sex is normal, but watching it is really not normal. It's creepy, right, if you think about it. I mean, having an erotic moment with your laptop is not normal. But we've normalized these perversions thing. Well, every guy's joking about it in the locker room and here and there, but like, just because it's common doesn't mean that it's normal. It's a right, distortion of human love. And so a resource I'd recommend for you, women watching, it's a relatively new resource in the Catholic Church called Bloom. And so their website is bloomforcatholicwomen.com. And so this is an online support community with resources and videos and blogs and all kinds of stuff to equip you as wives in the midst of this sexual betrayal that you're going through. Because so many women, as Father Mike said, you're turning to another because I'm not enough. And you feel like, well, I just can't compete with these women. No kidding, you can't compete with them because they can't even compete with each other. It's not like a guy's faithful to one porn site. Oh, I'm so captivated by that one. No, because it trains them in mental polygamy. The problem isn't that you don't conform to the porn star. The problem is that the man's brain has literally been neurologically rewired to expect every woman to live up to this, constantly disposable supermodel that appears in a brand new form every 15 seconds. It's like, that's not even human. That's not normal. He's robbing himself of the joy of being captivated by the woman he really fell in love with in the first place. And so instead of maybe coming to your husband like he's the problem, maybe try to approach him as if he's the solution that you need. That he's done an awesome job of providing for the family and protecting the family. You feel so safe around him, but there's a natural protection he needs to provide for you, and he's done that. But there's a supernatural protection that the father's in charge of the family, and you need him to protect you and the kids from the way that the world is going to assail you through the porn. One resource that could be helpful is covenanteyes.com. You just go to covenanteyes.com. You can type in the promo code chastity, try it out for a month for free, and this is going to give you internet accountability for everybody in the family, not only for him, but for the kids as well. Because when the dad gets hooked, I'm sorry, it's a spiritual vasectomy. His capacity to transmit the supernatural life of the family is severed from him. And so this is a way to hold everybody accountable, because if he gets hooked, the kids are going to get hooked. The girls are going to find it. The boys are going to find it. Everybody can come down. And so this is such a portal of entry that the devil is using to tear families apart, because if the devil can just divide the husband and the wife, you divide and then you conquer, because he ain't going to approach you guys if you're one flesh as God created you to be. It's too much of an image of the Blessed Trinity. And so he's got to split you apart before he can bring down the family. And so maybe just appeal to the goodness of your husband's heart to be a protector for their family, and hopefully to God, he'll respond to that. But if he is resistant, make sure to check out those resources at bloomforcatholicwomen.com. They got lots of great stuff there. Hey there, I hope you enjoyed that little clip, but if you want to see the whole episode where this came from, just click the link here. And in the meantime, we want to invite you to help us share this message, and there's a couple things you can do real quick. Number one, if you like or comment or share this video, YouTube will actually show it to more people. Also, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell. We release videos every single day, and you'll be notified as soon as those come out. If you want to help us also to spread this message, you can support us at patreon.com/Jason Evert. That helps us to create these videos and show them to the whole world. God bless.